So this is day 2 of the restoration, and I've taken the roof and the back or the tub off the chassis, and that happened about 5 minutes ago. And this is the first look at the chassis without the back on it. Lots of surface rust here, bits of old bolts which I had to cut off. The back crossmember, the rear crossmember looks pretty good. Lots of dirt, but it seems pretty solid. It's pretty solid, that outrigger there. I'll have to clean it up a bit to see what's what. I think the petrol tank has to go because it's leaking. The shock absorbers need replacing, they're all rusted. Exhaust pipe is completely knackered. Electrics at some point in the past have been pretty horribly done. Probably when the new half chassis was put on, actually. But other than that, I've got the back out there. I think I'm going to have to replace the back. Bit of a shame. It's a big thing, it's probably going to cost a fortune, but there we are. Roof's pretty good. Well, roof's excellent actually, it's just a bit dirty. But yeah, that is the second day so far. So this is a first look at the chassis really, chassis and engine without any body panels on it. The bulkhead's just come off in our rather Heath Robinson way, like I just said, and it's over there now. I'll just go down there. So it's sort of propped up over there. There are some quite obvious bits that need doing. I don't really know if you can see, but some bits that need doing there. That strange fuzzy badger fur sort of stuff is where I tried to, well, not tried, but I did the soundproofing, God knows, 20 years ago or something. But otherwise, there's a steering box. It's not too bad. I think it'll clean up quite nicely. But yeah, first look at the chassis here. I think I said that to you before. These outriggers were new at some point, but the person who welded them on before did it in a rather shoddy way and didn't weld across the top, so they've got to come off again. They've also gone at the other end. But these supports are alright, they seem okay. Like I said, some holes down there. Wondering what to do with the front spring hangers or the dumb irons. They sort of a bit knackered really, and somebody said that they should really be replaced, which is a bit of an arse because it's quite a bit of a job, and I can't weld, but I suppose I'll have to learn. There's a bit of a nasty hole there, bit of a crappy weld there. Excuse me. And that outrigger as well is knackered, so that needs to come off. Same problem there, no weld across the top. And then there's a funny lump of steel there, God knows what that is. And something I noticed before was this funny sort of dent here. And then this is obviously where they put the new half chassis on, but it sort of goes down now. I don't know if you can see. There's a bit of a strange, not big, but there's a strange sort of dip there. And I reckon that's when I had my crash, and all of the force from that crash went into that joint. I might be wrong, but that's what I reckon. Shock absorbers are off. They are over there, and you know, it's amazing how many bits actually start collecting when they start coming off and take up so much space. That is the battery and air filter and horn bracket. There's some spare new bits and lots of old bits. There's the old petrol tank, and just over there is the new one. But yeah, otherwise this just gives us a really good look at the chassis and the rest of the gearbox. It's massive. You don't really get an idea of how big it is, but it's about, God knows, 4 or 5 feet long. It's vast. You know, starts with the fan at the front there, goes all the way down there into the clutch housing, part of the gearbox, where the gearbox attaches to the engine with these bolts, and then there's the clutch, and then here's the gearbox, and the transfer box is the handbrake. And this is a brake, it's like a drum handbrake here, which is operated by this. Very effective handbrake, actually. Differentials at the back there. Differential, which I've cleaned up a little bit. They've all got to come off at some point, because I'm going to recondition those. Yeah, so that is a look at the car so far. This is a rather Heath Robinson method of removing the bulkhead. I've put it up on the steel beams up there like that, lashed it up with a bit of rope, and with a little bit of elbow grease got it off, which is pretty cool. Various things still attached that I didn't realise at the time, but like this, for example, this is the choke cable, but as you can see, it's just swinging there free of the chassis. So another small job jobbed. So this is the wiring loom that goes to the back. This goes into the chassis there, and then attached to it is the fuel sender, or the fuel gauge, I suppose, fuel gauge cable, which doesn't go into the chassis. Then that goes along there. There's wasps in here, strangely. That goes into the chassis there, goes out there, joined onto there, and to the back over there.